Okay, we're still in our L6 start document, and I'm going to use my black arrow selection tool to select the star right by the Aqua logo, and I'm going to go over here to the Tools panel, and I see that by looking at the stroke and fill indicator that it's filled with none and stroked with black. So I'm going to hit the letter X to make sure that the fill indicator is in the front, and then I'm going to go over to the swatches panel, and I'm going to fill it with the 70% gold color. So I'll find the stars 70% swatch and go ahead and click on that. Now I see that the star is filled with that 70% gold color, and I'd like it stroked with none, so I'm going to hit the letter X to bring the stroke indicator to the front, and then use the shortcut to none, which is the /. Okay, now that object is filled with the 70% gold and stroked with none. And I'm going to use my black arrow selection tool to click and drag around the other stars to select the other stars. And next I'm going to copy the attributes from the gold star and drop them off on all the selected stars. So I'm going to use the eyedropper, and I'm going to click on the gold star, and now all the selected stars are filled with that 70% gold and stroked with none. So I'm going to go back and get my black arrow selection tool, hold down the Shift key, and click on the original star so that now all the stars are selected. And let's change the opacity. We'll go up to the control panel and to opacity and change the opacity to 30%, hit the tab key, and now all those stars are lighter. So let's group them. We'll go into the object menu to group, and then go into the select menu to deselect. Okay, so next let's go over here and go to the swatches panel, and let's click on the red color swatch, the logo background color swatch, and we're going to put that one and another one into a new color group, into a folder. So before we select the Pantone 116 color swatch, let's hold down the Command key or the Control key, and then click on the Pantone 116 color swatch. Okay, now both those color swatches are selected, and we're going to go to the Swatches panel menu to where it says New Color Group. And let's give this color group a name. Let's call it Logo Colors, and click OK. Now over here in the Swatches panel, we see we've got a new folder, a new color group, and the color group is called Logo Colors, and it's got that logo background color swatch and the Pantone 116 color swatch. So let's click here in the gray area below the swatches in order to deselect. So I'll click in the gray area, deselect those color swatches, and let's go ahead and just double click on the red color swatch and get the options, and we'll just change it. Once again, let's change the cyan. I'll tab down to cyan, and let's change it to 20%. We'll keep magenta 100 and yellow 100, but let's change black to 0. We'll change K to 0, and then click OK. So now you can see on the artboard the red background of the Aqua logo has gotten darker. Because that was a global color, any objects filled with that color will change automatically when the color swatch is changed. Okay, so let's add another color here in the swatches panel to our new color group. Let's add 90% black. So I'm just going to go to the grayscale color group and hover over those swatches until I see 90% black. There it is. And I'm going to click and drag on top of our new folder, and now we've added that 90% black color to this color group. So now we've got the logo colors folder with the logo background, the Pantone 116, and the 90% black color inside. Let's go ahead and click in the gray area below the swatches in order to deselect. And next let's make a copy of our Aqua logo. With the black arrow selection tool, I'm going to click and drag around the logo, release the mouse, and then I'm going to hold down the Option key or the Alt key because I want to make a copy. And then I'm going to click with the mouse and add the Shift key and then drag to the right. So holding down the Option key or Alt key before clicking tells Illustrator to make a copy. Adding the Shift key tells it to move the art in a horizontal movement. So now I'm going to release the mouse and then release the keys. And now I have a copy of the logo, and I'm going to go into the Select menu to deselect. Okay, let's copy on the background of the let's click on the copy of the background. Let's click on the background of the copy and make sure that the fill indicator is in the front by hitting the letter X. Okay, now let's go to the color guide. And we see that in the color guide we've got those two colors we've been working with, the red and the gold colors showing in that field. And we're going to click on the very first button, which is the set base color to the current color button. So we're going to click on that button. That means that the color in that row that is selected has now been assigned as the base color. And what we'd like to do is find some other colors that go with that red color. And so we're going to use the color harmony feature inside the color guide. At the end of the row here, let's click on that little arrow, and we see harmony rules. These are basically different color schemes, different ways of finding colors that go together, colors that are in harmony. And if I scroll down in here, I see that there are a whole bunch. And these are based on the color wheel, and you can see that the very first ones are a pair of complementary colors, where the green is complementary to the red. But we've got lots of other ways of determining colors that are in harmony. And we could choose any of these. Let's go scroll back toward the top here, and let's choose right complement. So now we see those colors in the field here in the color guide. The first one is still the base color, the red color, but we see other colors that go well, that are in harmony with that base color, that original color. And so we have a new color palette here, and let's save it into the swatches panel. So we'll go in the color guide, we'll go to the color guide panel menu, and let's go ahead and choose Save Colors as Swatches. And now if we come back up here to the swatches panel, we see we've got a new folder, new color group, which includes the colors that we just found that are in harmony with that red color. And let's deselect by clicking on the gray area below the swatches.